Hey guys, it's Matt. So with the Mortal Kombat 1 beta, pre-order beta out this past weekend, we also got a lot of really cool info from Gamescom, and we're just a couple weeks away from the launch of Mortal Kombat 1. So given all that, I just wanted to spend some time and kind of share my thoughts with you. It's come from a huge Mortal Kombat fan who's played online and everything. I played Mortal Kombat 11 religiously, so just kind of wanted to share some updates on what I think about it. So the first thing I'd have to say is just huge creativity points go out to NRS. I think they've done a really splendid job just with the character, not only their designs, but I would also say just the character identities. So I think from all the gameplay that I've seen and what I've played, each character looks and feels very distinct. They have very distinct moveset and abilities, and a lot of the abilities are really cool. I just saw a video of Sindel, who is a queen, right? And she could take control of other cameos and stuff like that, just like crazy stuff. There's also a thing with abilities that Stryker has where he could arrest someone from behind them as a cameo. Just really super cool, very creative stuff. I think that's great. I think the actual character models themselves this time around look okay. I probably do lean a little bit more towards favoring those in Mortal Kombat 11, but nonetheless, they look serviceable. And I think kind of overall, my thoughts about Mortal Kombat 1 are that it's more of a side grade instead of a full-fledged kind of evolution of Mortal Kombat, but I'll kind of get into that a little bit more as I ramble on a bit. So one other thing that I really dig is the cameo system. So that's probably going to be the biggest sort of addition to Mortal Kombat, and at first I was very skeptical of it. I wasn't sure how I would like that system. I tend to really like that one-on-one fighting style. I've never really been big into tag team modes or anything like that, but I think the cameo system works pretty well. The only drawback I could think of is that it's a little busy sometimes when different cameos are going out, and it could kind of be a lot of visual action on the screen. But nonetheless, I think the assists, again, each cameo that I've played and seen, they feel very distinct. They have really cool abilities, like Stryker being able to go behind someone and arrest them. And you could use them to really help you out to set up combos and to juggle and execute those combos and stuff like that. It feels like you have like a little buddy there helping you out. It kind of does take a little bit of pressure off of that one-on-one scenario, although your cameo kind of dips out when there's a fatality. They're like, fuck this, I'm out, which I think is kind of hilarious. But I do like how they do show up in the intros and stuff like that and whatnot. So those are cool. I think in the beta, it did feel like Frost was a little broken with her fast slide, and I didn't really see any other people use anyone else besides Frost. So I'm kind of just hoping that when the actual game comes out, that the cameos will feel a little more balanced. And right, that's always kind of an issue with Mortal Kombat, is the balancing. So just hoping that there's a lot more variety in terms of the matchups that you see online. Still hate Sub-Zero. Still really fucking annoying with his mix-ups and his goddamn slide and then the overheads, but whatever, it is what it is. I think the other thing that I dig, and this is sort of where it becomes a side grade, is that they actually took out a lot of abilities, a lot of mechanics from Mortal Kombat 11, and in a way that actually makes the game better. But it's not like they're really evolving the formula or anything like that. So for instance, they got rid of like those dedicated wake up attacks, right? So the up 2 and the up 3, which I used to abuse the up 3 all the time. I'm guilty of that. I would throw it out there, right? Your armored wake up, and then the opponent would block, and then I'd go and grab them, right? That was my thing. But now you don't have that. Now it's kind of like with Injustice 2, where you could input a special move when you're getting up, and you can meter burn that to get armor, but that's it, right? So they get rid of those. You can't roll to wake up now, so there's less options, but then that kind of makes it, I feel, a little bit more focused and balanced. You don't have to kind of guess like which one of like 10 wake up options is this person gonna do, right? It's just, they're either gonna delay or they're gonna do a get up attack, right? That reminds me of the meter burn. So for me, it did feel a little difficult to execute the meter burn, because now you can't wait until after you do the move. You have to input the special move and meter burn at the same time, right? So you have to commit to it which again goes back to like Mortal Kombat X, I guess, and they're not really adding to it, but I do think that makes the game feel a lot more balanced as well, because it was super annoying in Mortal Kombat 11 when people, like for instance, I'm thinking of Aaron Black's 50-50s, where he would do that infamous drop kick, which was an overhead for whatever reason, and I believe, right, he could, so if he goes and throws that out and you block it, right, then Aaron Black would be on the floor, and instead of being able to punish him, sometimes, right, you'd go to punish him and then he would fucking meter burn and do the pistol shots or whatever on the floor. Also kind of like Scorpion's teleport, right? Teleport, you block, as soon as you go to punish, he meter burns and gets the extra hit on you. Just is kind of way too much mind games going on with that meter burn. So I do like that when your opponent throws out a move and chooses the meter burn, they have to commit to it. There's no trying to meter burn you and try to punish you for trying to punish them. Like, just none of that nonsense. Same deal with breakaways. I think are a lot more fair this time around. It was so stupid to be juggling an opponent online in Mortal Kombat 11, and then for them to break away, to get up and then punish you. So again, they were able to punish you for punishing them. Just fucking nonsense. Unless you anticipated they're gonna break away, then you chose to use your armor breaking move or whatever. It just was way too much. And so I like how now if you have 3 bars of meter, right, so it's expensive to use those 3 bars of meter, but you can do a breakaway attack, and your cameo comes in and bails you out and resets the neutral, right, which is really nice. And so it feels a lot fairer than fucking having someone break away and then beat the shit out of you for beating the shit out of them. Same deal goes with fatal blows. Like, there's so much more tame this time around, kind of like with Injustice 2. The fatal blows there's an animation that plays right before them. They're very telegraphed, right? So super easy to respond to. And for me, they feel a lot more punishable. In MK11, it seemed like the fatal blows were very, very safe on block because they had a lot of pushback. So it's kind of hard to punish certain characters. But in MK1, those fatal blows seem super punishable. I've never had an issue getting in there and punishing some scrub who throws it out raw. They're also not, again, they don't happen as quickly, which is really nice. It was so fucking annoying in MK11 to have those scrubs just throw out raw fatal blows when they're getting pressured. And some of them were really fast, they had armor, and it just was so dumb. So I like how they're in Mortal Kombat 1, it feels like you have to actually combo into them or really trick your opponent in order to land them, right? You can't just throw them out raw like a scrub anymore. So I thought that's pretty cool. I think overall, again, it seems like they've taken out a lot of features and somehow that's made the game a lot better. So that's why I consider it so far like a side grade. That's what I'm thinking. But I do really dig what they're doing with the characters. I think once I get my hands on the full roster and really see all that creativity, see all those like really cool, unique fighting styles kind of in play, I think like I'll feel a lot better about it. But nonetheless, I am happy that it feels a lot more better balanced than MK11, which turned out to be just like a Scorpion and Sub-Zero kind of fest online. I'm hoping it's not the case with MK1, but the single player mode that I saw, so a lot of people, good Mortal Kombat since MK9, or really since Mortal Kombat versus DC, they go for their single player offerings. I watched the first like 15 or 17 minutes or whatever. Looked really good. Again, the universe being reset, it looks like it's a right time to tell fresh stories, or at least to tell them with a very fresh kind of perspective or twist. And I really like what they're doing with the characters, kind of putting them in new situations, and that looks really cool so far. So I'm super excited to play Mortal Kombat 1. Thanks for listening to me ramble on. It's my first time making a video, and again, it's a game I'm really excited about. Just wanted to kind of talk about it with you guys. So let me know what your thoughts are if you were able to play Mortal Kombat 1. Kind of what are you thinking so far about the things that you've seen? Maybe what kind of characters you're really excited about. I'm bummed it looks like Jade's not going to be in it in this one, but that's okay. I'll be playing Lee Mei primarily, probably Sindel as well. All right, guys, thanks so much. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care.